Hello, hashtag here. A topic of conversation today is creatine. Um, it's been around for a long time, let's face it, and for some reason it's actually come back into fashion, so to speak. But there are pockets of the fitness and the health community that have been using it all this time. It's come back into endurance sports. So let me just do a few basics. Creatine. Let's understand what it is for a start. Okay, your brain is sending electrical charges to your muscles, and your muscles contract. Um, Basically, under load, your muscles will soon fatigue. Um, Under extreme loads, your muscles will fatigue. In weight training, for example, um, you could be looking at 3 or 4 reps and already the muscles start to shut down because the weight's so heavy. Now, what creatine does, it produces a synthetic triphosphate, which is basically, I won't bore you with the science, but basically it creates more space for you to do an extra few reps. Now, as far as a cheat is concerned, I suppose when you look at endurance sports, it doesn't actually help you go any quicker. It just helps you train harder. Now, so it goes into the muscle a little bit more. So instead of doing 4 reps, you could do 6. Instead of doing 8, you could do 12. Instead of doing 12, you could do 20. And it damages the muscle more, so you need more recovery. But that's what creatine does. It allows that charge into the muscles more than if you didn't. Downside, okay, creates a lot of inflammation. So you need a little bit more water. The body processes over 150 litres of water, urine, blood, through the kidneys and the liver on a daily basis, and it may up that by 10%. So hydration is key. The downside from an endurance athlete is concerned, I suppose, would be weight gain, because of the extra fluid involved, the extra inflammation involved, which obviously is fluid again, and also you get bigger muscles. So muscle weighs 3 times heavier than fat, so there's an increase in muscle size, which means that your lean mass is bigger. Now, as a general rule, lean mass and extra lean mass is actually a good thing, but you don't want to be sitting on a bike, or you don't want to be running like a frog on a rock. You don't want to be really big if you're trying to move your body quickly. So how does it actually apply from an endurance athlete perspective? I believe, and this is my opinion, that whilst in the base phase and the prep phase, some of the prep phase, if you're doing functionality training, if you're doing resistance training, strength and conditioning, I think creatine has a place. I think when it gets close, within, what I mean by close is within a couple of weeks of a big event, maybe it's time to come off the creatine so your body doesn't retain as much fluid. So you actually get the best of both worlds. You don't get the fluid retention, but you get the gains that you've obviously gained over the last 6 months in prep to the event. Again, it's my own opinion. Now, it's something that you could do. It's something, if you want to have a chat with me about, then please let me know and we can have a discussion offline about it. Quite simple. Bodybuilders have been using it for years, like I said. Going to gyms, creatine is just standard for a lot of people, because they want to get big muscles and they're not particularly worried about the increase in fluid, because hopefully they should be hydrating before they go into the gym, and they look swollen, don't they? Now, as far as dosing is concerned, the product, in my belief, is what you should be using would be creatine monohydrate. I think that's the best creatine supplement there is, creatine monohydrate. And don't need to load. There's a lot of literature that says that you need to put in 20 grams a day for the first few days and then drop down to 5. I think 5 grams, just start and you'll be fine. to kind of give you an idea, 5 grams of creatine. The body naturally produces it anyway, but 5 grams of creatine is quite a few pounds of meat. Maybe that's why boxers used to have meat before they had a fight, because creatine would up. Who knows? So yes, that's what I do. Word of warning: try not to dose yourself on creatine monohydrate and taking in citrusy foods or juices around that point, because the citric acid can neutralize the effect of the creatine. So yes, although it doesn't taste great, just have it with plain water. That's what I would do. But just don't have it with juice. That's all I'm going to say. Or mix it up. If you take a protein shake, mix a teaspoon up with that. Again, any questions? Probably open a can of worms again. If you've got any questions about creatine, DM me, and I'll answer them as best I can. Okay, let's crack on.